evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. I need to make it public everywhere. Let me check Instagram, go live, and get it going. Everybody, let's double check it. Make it going, make it going. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's see. Live video on Instagram, making sure everyone's doing well. Good evening, good evening. Welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. Hope you people are doing just peachy keen. I'm doing fine. Trying to get all my stuff set up right now so that people can participate. All right. All right. Hope everyone's doing well. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Hope everyone's doing well, well. I I can't make it public on my regular page for some reason. So hopefully people will tune in on my other channels as well. All right, let's turn our volume down, make sure we have it going fine. Hope everyone's doing good this evening, taking it one step at a time. All right, let's see edit post. We can't do that. We'll keep it on Bardui Financial Services. So anyways, how are you people doing? Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're having a great week and all that good stuff. And let's see. Let's remove that. Make everything go fine. So how are you? How are you? Hope you're doing well. I'm so excited. It's Wednesday. It's the today's the 5th or the 6th. What's today's date? The 5th, I believe, right? Let's double check. Today is the 5th. Tomorrow is the 6th. We're already in August. The mornings are a little cool. The evenings are a little dark, but I get excited for it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on my WhatsApp channel so people can take a look. Tuesdays, no, I won't say Bardui Financial Services. Let's do Bardui Financial Services and make sure everybody can see it. Let's fix financial. Yeah, man. But I guess I'm having a great day, a great week so far. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope you're taking it one step at a time, and that's all you can do, right? All you can do. Let's share it so people can start taking a look at what I'm doing. Let's make it public for everybody to take a look at there and move that route. Let's see. Add. When you're the producer, you're the host and you're everything, you got to do everything yourself. But that's what I love. I'm going to say tune in now. Tune in now. All right. So hope everyone's doing well tonight. Whoever comes on, they'll be able to see. And if not, they'll be able to check in a little later on it. I'm going to put it live on my page as well so people can see. People can tune in if they want to. Let's see, Bardui live now. Just click on the link. Just click on the link for YouTube. All right, let's put it on. And we're live. So anyways, let's keep it going. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. I hope everyone's having a great day and all that good stuff. And, if not, as they say in France, c'est la vie, mon ami. C'est la vie. C'est la vie, mon ami. C'est la vie, c'est la vie, c'est la vie. Hope everyone's doing well as we get into our theme song. All right. So let's go and do that. So those who want to watch can certainly watch. And we'll play our theme song and we'll get started for each and every one of you guys. All right. All right, here we go. Get the guitar out and do a little strumming for ya. All right. Hold on. Get it in. Get it in. It's acting funny.
Battery medium.
There we go.
Connected to virus alert scammer.
Tuesdays with Terrence. Dominica made me. That's where it all began. Island breeze, coconut trees, the heart of my plan. From the hills and the smiles to the songs of the sea, that island spirit molded the person I'd be. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. On those snowy streets, learn to stand tall, navigating life, every rise, every fall. From the commons to the brownstones, I made my claim. With every lesson learned, I embraced my name. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. Now the South sustains me with its warm embrace, a community of strength and love in every space. From the bayous to the beaches, I found my place. In this journey of finance, I've learned to chase grace. Dominica made me, Boston raised me high. The South sustains my soul as I reach for the sky. With every sunrise, I'm thankful and free. A licensed financial pro, just being free. So here's to the roots that shaped who I am. From Dominica's beauty to Boston's Grand Slam. In the South I stand strong, with purpose and pride. Together with my journey, side by side. That's right. Tuesdays with Terrence, the roots of my rise, from Dominica to Boston to the South. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is H. Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui, and some people call me Little Boy. If you're from the 767, Whitey Cooley, tall is a body. You know, I want to turn off I think my volume might be down. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully you can hear me. I think I had my volume down and all of that good stuff I was playing. I hope you guys heard it. If not, c'est la vie. Anyways, I'm excited about this. Like I always tell you guys, Dominica made me, Boston raised me, the South sustains me. I hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're having a great week. Hope you're taking it one step at a time. You know, hope you're doing what you got to do. Just take it slowly. You know, don't let anyone steal your joy. Don't let anyone steal your joy. Anyways, our topic tonight is a tax-free retirement. I've been concentrating on that topic for a while, but just before I do that, let's look at markets and see what happened with some of yours 401ks. See if you took a beating today. You didn't take a well. The Nasdaq took a beating, 137.03. So I know one of my clients definitely lost some money. One of my friends, I know that because they're basically tech stocks. And the Dow Jones was down 61. 190, and the S&P is 30.75. So there's some losses there, but what can you do? There are some losses there. You just got to take it one step at a time. One step at a time. Anyways, as we get ready to go into what I'm going to talk about tonight, um, I know that some of you have been talking for the last few weeks about, tax-free retirements. And a lot of people don't understand. Last week, I broke down the different retirement plans, like the 403B, 401k, 457, 401a, and the TSP, the thrift savings plans. I broke those down, telling you who offers them. The TSP, as we know, is the governmental agency. The 403B is like a school, or a charity, 501c, something like that. 401k is private companies, and the 457s are municipalities. And there's a lot of people who actually have monies in those plans. I know almost everyone who has a job at a corporation do keep monies in those plans. But the important thing is simply this, though. If you do, why? If you do, why? And a lot of people will give you, well, I don't know, they said to do it, so I did it. And nothing's wrong with that. But the thing about it, you got to know what you're doing and why you're doing it. You got to know that. So some people don't even understand the importance of retirement planning. And I know for a fact that it's paramount that people, how would I say it, plan appropriately. So let's get right into the subject, right? So let's look at it this way. You have a 401k or 43B, all right? And I'm checking something as we're talking. You have a 401k, 43B, 457, and a TSP. And, you've worked for a company for, I don't know, 20 years, and they downsized you, or you got fired, or you quit. And you're going to say to yourself, well, I may have, I may have, I may have a, a 401k. What am I going to do with it? Well, the important basically this: make sure if you have a and 457 TSP, 43B, 41A, and you're in your 40s or 50s, and you're going to retire until you're 65. Think about this. You can put the money in a mutual fund, in a money market account, an annuity, some vehicle, some retirement vehicle. You can do that, right? But when you do that, you still have pre-tax. It's still pre-tax dollars. You haven't paid taxes on the earnings or the contributions. Yeah, your company match contributions that you made. You got a little. People thought you got a tax break, but all you did was defer taxes. There's three kinds of monies I talk about all the time. There's tax deferred, there's tax free, and there's taxes. So if you want your income is taxed, right? That's regular tax. 401k, 43B, 457, those are tax deferred, right? And there's also tax-free options. And many of you are not aware of it. You see, a lot of people are not familiar with the different strategies that you can use or the different programs. So if you have a 401k, let's say it has 100 grand in it or 200 grand and you're 45, right? You've been working for 20 years, I don't know, or more. And you're going to retire at age 65, 67. I think pretty soon retirement age might be age 67. What are you going to do? What are you going to do with those funds? What are you going to, you're going to put it someplace you may lose because it's in the market, right? Or you may put it in another vehicle where you don't lose a penny, But then in the future, you have to take what we call the minimum required distributions, RMDs, minimum required distributions. So when you take those, you have to start taking them at 73. I think the Secure Act 2.0 moved it to 73, and I think there might be legislation trying to get it to 75 because there's a lot of people who are making good income who don't need to take the money at 75. But the average, or 73, but the average Joe, the average schmuck needs to take, actually they need that money to help them as well. As a matter of fact, there's multiple people I know, I have clients and a lot of others who start taking as soon as they reach age 59 and a half, and they say, well, I don't know how long I'm going to live. And those same people at 59 and a half, they live to 69, 79, 89. Some of them live to be 90 something, 40, they have 40 years left, and they run out of money. You never want to run out of money if you had a 401k or you had a good job and you worked hard. There are some people who may have been entrepreneurs or other people who did not plan or did not know, so they did not make the right decisions, the right financial decisions. And those people, I'm not mad at them, not at all. I'm not mad at those people at all. Life happens, right? Life happens. But the key here is making sure that you do the right thing. And some of us don't. Some of us don't. And it's not because we didn't want to, some of us didn't know how to. There are some people who are willing to learn, and there are some people who know everything. My best clients, I should say, are the ones who are willing to be led. Now you can do research on a lot of things, but it's not your forte. It's not your specialty. It's not what you want to do. So because you don't want to do those things, you might know something about stocks or bonds or mutual funds, but you may not know all the vehicles that's available to you. So what I'm recommending, not for all or for some, especially those who are younger ones that got a lot more time to go, what you could do, you could roll it over into a vehicle, right, where you get an income, right, a monthly income for the rest of your life. But that monthly income, you don't use it. That monthly income, you put it into a different vehicle as well. And God forbid, something happens to you, your family, your husband, your wife, your kids, your grandkids, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever your loved ones are, gets a tax-free. But if you live, and this is what we want you to do, on your job, 65, 67, some people 70, you can take a guaranteed lifetime income tax-free. Because if you start taking large sums of money from your 401k, your tax liability is going to be much higher. And your taxable income is going to be higher. Because if you made 100 grand and you go take a 80,000 or 100,000, 200,000 out of your 401k, you're in a different bracket again. So what you can do is you can actually put it in a vehicle, roll it over into a vehicle, and then take a guaranteed lifetime income from it and use that income to put it in a different vehicle that you can access later tax-free for as long as you live. And if you don't live, your family gets it tax-free. It's a win-win situation. Not paying taxes is not a crime if you structure your programs properly. You see, the wealthy, the big, beautiful bill, right? It has a lot of tax breaks, but it's for the wealthy, not the average Joe. Because very wealthy people, billionaires, don't have 401ks. A lot of multimillionaires, they don't have 401ks because, they made so much money in their lifetime while they worked, or they saved it, and then they could live on it for the rest of their life because they use the proper tax planning strategies. Now, there are some people who did not know any better, right? And because they did not know any better, guess what? Because they did not know any better, guess what? What? They went and they used the money, buying multiple homes, buying homes for everybody, cars, gambling, taking all these different trips. But the funny thing about it is, if you're making a very good income, one of the first rules you have to understand is to pay yourself when you get paid. Most people don't do that. Most people don't do that. When they get paid, they don't do that. They got to pay the light man, the gas man, the water man, the phone man, the Amazon man or gal, the Netflix man, the cable man, the car man. Did I say that? We got to pay we got to pay every man, but we're not paying ourselves. So to build wealth, you have to pay yourself, and then you pay everybody else. Because most of the times, right, even with utilities, they don't cut your utilities off if you didn't pay this month. You're supposed to be paid every month. You could make an arrangement to pay them off, at different times. But the key about it is, but you didn't pay yourself. So a lot of people, they go and they pay everybody, and then they have nothing to pay themselves, and they're in a conundrum. So you have to start making sure you pay yourself first. When you're on a plane, right, and the air stewards or stewardesses are giving you instructions, they always say you put your apparatus on first. After you put your apparatus on, then they tell you to go and put it on your children or whomever else so you can help them. And that is wise, because if you don't do that, you may cause an issue or a problem. You may. And what I'm saying to you is simply this: make sure that you pay yourself. Now, you might say, well, how does that work? I want to see examples. Well, the reason I don't show examples on this show is because I want you to contact me. I want you to contact me. And if you contact me, I can show you. I can show you if you contact me. Let me check something here. Hold on. Check something here. One of the things about planning is that everyone's situation is different. Everyone's situation is different. And if your situation is different from mine, true. So I don't want to say, well, Johnny Smith, can do this and that. So I give it a quick example. I did something for a client and I showed a copy of what I did, but it didn't have the client's name. It didn't have where it came from, and all of those different things. And most people didn't understand. Most people didn't understand that, hey, I don't know, what is he talking about? What is he talking about? Well, most people didn't understand because it's just generic information that I put out. I have a fiduciary responsibility to protect people's information. I do. And you should as well. But you see, I'm licensed to protect and help. I'm licensed to protect and help, but what can you do? What can you do? You got to make sure that you're doing it the right way. So when I tell people there's a way, are you interested? If you are, all you got to do is to contact me. You're like, how do I contact you? If you're watching this, you can DM me. You're like, DM? What's that? Direct message, right? And you're like, well, my number is scrolling there as well. You can call me, you can text me, hit me up, and let me show you. And I know a lot of people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s who could do this a lot, but they don't listen. They don't listen. A lot of them think they're smarter than they are. And I always tell people that I will talk about a subject, but I'm not going to be an expert in anything except what I'm licensed to give advice in. I know many people I can help right now. And they're and I'm helping people. Don't get me wrong. Now I do have a lot of clients that I help. And the ones who are listening to me, they're gonna be so well off. The ones who are not listening to me are the ones who's always running their mouths. They know everything. Um, Financial literacy is not a game. Financial literacy is not something that you just know. You got to learn it. Just like you have to learn your ABCs and your one, two, threes. You have to make sure you were learning how to do it. And if you're not learning how to do it, whose fault is that? It's your fault. However, every Tuesday at this time, I come out here and I educate, or I try to educate or teach people different ways they can actually have a tax-free retirement, or they can have income protection, or they can eliminate debt. I try to show it every week. Now, people say, man, you're always talking about insurance. You're always talking about insurance. Well, the reason why I talk about it is because I'm trying to teach you how to use it to capitalize and maximize what you're already doing. Some people can't. Some people can't. Some people don't. I've come to the conclusion that those who don't want to, it's okay. It's your life. It's your lifestyle. It's kind of like people who ask me to support different endeavors that they're doing. Um, I look at it and I comb it out. I've helped, but I don't help every endeavor. I call it you may call it a quid pro quo. Um, you know, we, I can scratch your back, you can scratch mine too. So I try to teach you how to use these different concepts. Now, there are some people who have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know someone who has over $1 million in their 401k right now. And that individual, I they reached out to me before a few years back, and I tried to show them, and they went ice cold. I'm not mad at them. It's their right. But I still do know that I have the best example of what you can use it for. And some people don't understand that because they're like, well, I don't have that lump sum of money anymore. True. But guess what? You have a monthly income that you're going to put into a vehicle that you're going to access while you're alive. And as long as you live, you're going to have access to it. And if you die, your family gets it tax-free. It's a win-win situation. If you have a 401k, a 403b, a 457, and a TSP, and you die, your family do not access it tax-free. They don't. They're still responsible for the taxes. I'm helping a client right now who's convalescent, and they're going to get rid of one of their accounts. And they have to pay the taxes because it's qualified money. And there's some other fees and amounts they may have to pay as well. But put it somewhere where you can access it tax-free. It's wisdom to access it tax-free. Wisdom. But you don't know how. There's a book by an author called Patrick Kelly, The Tax-Free Retirement. I've showed it before. Let me see if I can find it real quickly for you, what it looks like. I've had it on my page a few times. I'm trying to see if I can find. Is that it? Nope. Tax-Free Retirement by Patrick Kelly. I'm trying to find the cover for you guys. Some of you have seen it. Some haven't seen it. What did I do with it? But again, the author's name is Patrick Kelly, and he talks about these concepts. And a lot of people, I'm saying to you, if there was a way to use, when I find it, I'll put it up for you guys because right now I'm not seeing it. But the author's name is Patrick Kelly, by the way, and it's on my page. If you go on my Facebook page, Havis Bardui, and you look at it, you'll find it there. I've put it there before. I'll put it again in a minute. But what I want to tell you guys is that, those strategies are there. A lot of us want to be wealth creators, right? But we don't know the strategies to become wealth creators. And if you don't know the strategies to become wealth creators, you're not doing the right things. Now, I think it's paramount that if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, and most of my Facebook friends are in their 30s, 40s, 50s. Now, some of the people I went to school with are in their 60s because we're old now. I'll be 61 this year. See my little gray? But the key here is it doesn't even matter if you're in your 60s. You can do this. You can use the same concept. You can. Now, everybody can't do it because everyone don't qualify. But there's a caveat where I can make everybody qualify. And you're like, how do you do that? Get on my calendar, schedule an appointment with me, and let's show you how you can do it. I was talking to a young lady I met on a plane, very nice lady. She was Ethiopian. And I was giving her some concepts about some stuff. And she says, well, she's a nice lady, but they've never heard of these concepts before. And instead of saying, you know what, tell me more, show me how you can do this, what they usually do is, well, I'm good. And I don't get mad at people who tell me they're good. Good evening, Alvin Vassar. Good to see you on Tuesdays with Terrence tonight. Welcome to the program. It's not on my regular page live until after the show because there's something going on. I don't know what it is, but I'm live on the multiple channels. I'm on YouTube. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on X right now. I'm even on Instagram. No, it's not on Instagram tonight. Something happened. I made a mistake, so I'm not really cared about that. And that's okay because people who are interested to know what I'm talking about will find out. And what I'm saying here is that this concept I'm talking about the tax-free retirement for people who worked in industry. Like I got a referral recently by one of my church brothers gave me a referral. And this individual, I helped them with some Medicare stuff, but I believe they may have some retirement stuff. Now, I told the person, I want to show you some concepts, but they got to be willing to listen. Most people don't want to listen. What they want is to, well, I'm not opposed to whatever structures that you have or whatever disciplines that you have. I'm not opposed to them. But all of those different things that you're doing, you may have a tax liability. Tax favored income or tax-free income is paramount. And the wealthy know how to capitalize on their tax breaks. So if you're the average Joe with a 401k, the average Sally or average Joanne, why wouldn't you want to know? Why wouldn't you want to know? You have a job, you've been contributing to a retirement plan for 10 years, 20 years, some of you 30 years. But I always say this, right? And I always, cringe when I say it because it sounds mean or rude. But it's not mean or rude, it's factual. I see people post their kids and their grandkids and their spouses, and they talk about how they are so, I love my kids and I love my spouse and I love all this stuff, right? But I don't see them, when I talk to them, I don't see them structuring what they're doing to show their love. Now, You know the Blacks, Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath, the lead singer from that old group, remember? Heavy metal. He passed away last month, I believe. I think the same week that Malcolm Jamal Warner passed. And Sharon Osbourne is his wife. Now, in his will or in his trust, whatever, every week his wife gets a dozen, or every month a dozen, or every day, something like that. I can't remember. A dozen black roses for as long as she lived. Because he left about $250 million, a lot of, in his estate, right? But my point was that. But we're not talking about people like that. I'm talking about the average person. Because Sharon Osbourne's going to be fine. She made her own money too. She used to be on TV as well. But for you, John Doe or Joanne Doe or Jane Doe, there are ways where you can structure stuff so that it can benefit you. There are ways. Why won't you do it? You don't know how to do it? Let us show you. So don't come on social media telling me how much you love your husband, your wife, your kids, or whatever, and you're not, and you can do the strategies that I'm talking about, and you're not doing it. You're gonna be in the same boat that you were in, and some of you are in good boats, but you could be in a better boat. You see, I believe consumers like things they can touch immediately and things they can see. We want to show you the future. People says, well, I don't know if I'm going to live to tomorrow. True. None of us knows about tomorrow. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. But it would be nice if you put some guarantees that whether you're here or not, your loved ones, going to be taken care of. I am talking to people with guaranteed income every month who had a 401k, 403b, 457, TSP, all of those people. If you have a 401k on your job, or 401a, or 403b, or 457, or TSP, I'm talking to you. Federal employees, state employees, municipal employees, teachers, secretaries, production workers, bankers, nurses, doctors. All of you people who have this guaranteed income that comes in every month. Now, some of you claim that you have a person. Maybe true, maybe not true. That's not for me to judge. I want to protect your guaranteed money. There's a percentage of your money that you want guaranteed that you can never lose. That's the amount I want. For some of my clients, I have all of their money. All. I'm thinking of this one client. I love her dearly. I got everything she needs to do. Some of you are not going to do that, and that's okay. That's your right. But I know one thing about that lady. I pray to God she lives to be 120. But if she doesn't, she's going to be living large in her retirement. And God forbid something happens to her. She has one child and one grandchild, and they'll be living large. She's talked to her child and her daughter-in-law, but they don't want to listen. But if something happened to this lady, they'll be living large. And the stuff they'll be living large of from is tax-free stuff. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Why wouldn't you put yourself in a position to take care of your family and friends, or your family and your spouses and your children and grandchildren? So when I see posts about, oh, I love my kid, or I diss my kid, or I love my husband, I love my wife, I love my mother, I love my father, I love this, I love it. And when I talk to these people and they don't put these strategies in place, I don't believe them. I believe they like to show it off on social media so people can see. Yeah, you could, you can fool social media, but you can't fool me. You can't. because I know what you're doing. I can see what you're doing. So this one client that I'm talking about, and she's not the only one, but this one client that I'm thinking of right now, man, she says, I appreciate you. Thank God for you. She tells me that. And I go, wow, I feel good. I blush, I get happy because I know what? She's telling the truth and it's benefiting her. You know, 4 years ago, she's 64. 4 years ago, she bought a brand new house. She built a house. You know, a house was being built for her. That's what I meant. And she already had a home. She was going through a divorce, and she moved in with her sister. Her house was being built, and this lady, the house her old home that she used to live in before, it'll be paid off, I believe, next year, 2026 or 2027. Actually, she can pay it off right now. The way I structured her stuff for her, she can pay it off right now and don't ever have to have a mortgage. But guess what? She has two homes. One that she lives in, and my nose is itching. I apologize here. One that she lives in, and one that she's renting. And the one that she's renting, the rent is more than the mortgage. So she's not going to pay off her mortgage early because she has guaranteed income coming in every month. I pray to God she don't lose a job because she'll be 65 next year. But if she loses a job, she can go to Social Security. We would restructure stuff, but she would still be doing good because her mortgage, she has a very low mortgage rate on a mortgage. It's like 2 point something. Her mortgage. Her mortgage is like maybe probably $500 or $600 a month. And that house, she's probably renting it for over $1,000 or $1,500 a month. Plus, she's paying her mortgage and she's still getting income from it. She can use that income to pay utilities because she still works. And she has to pay her a mortgage. She can pay her mortgage from her income. But when she retires, what we did was she had a 30-year mortgage 5 years ago, and we're going to get out of debt in under 10 years. So at 59, we started 60, 59, 60 around that time. So when she's about 69, she has no more 30-year mortgage. So her 30-year mortgage will be paid off in 10 years. But guess what? The reason that I did not use the strategy of the tax-free retirement for her right now was because she was still working and she had debt. And the debts that she had was really her mortgages. She has a credit cards, but she pays it off every month. She has perfect credit score. Her car has been paid for. It's an older car. She has no desire to buy a new car. I told her, when you retire, you're going to buy a new car. I'm going with you. You're going to buy a new car, and you're going to pay yourself back by the way you want to finance it from your bank, the National Bank of her. So I'm saying there are strategies out there that we can use for tax-free retirement. So for those of you who had 401ks at old jobs, I could show you how to use that as a tax-free retirement for as long as you live. And then if you die, and we don't want you to die, your family will get it tax-free as well. If you die, your husband will get your 401k tax-free. Your children don't get it tax-free. Your boo don't get it tax-free. Your side piece don't get it tax-free. Your mother or your father, or whomever your beneficiaries, don't get it tax-free. They have to pay the taxes. As a matter of fact, the IRS has structured it that you have to pay it off in a certain period of time. And guess what? Your home, if you die and the value is appreciated, and then you leave it for your kid, they got to pay capital gains. So we're showing you how to build wealth, be a bank. We're showing you how to have tax-free income. It's a win-win situation. How do you do that? You do it by scheduling a consultation with me. It doesn't cost you nothing. You know what? You don't want to have an hour consultation. Let's have a 15-minute consultation to see where you at. What is it going to cost you? Nothing. I don't charge for consultations. The only way I charge for consultations is if you ghost me. You schedule an appointment with me, you are no show. Then you want to meet with me again, you have to pay me. That's why I tell people they can't afford me. They're like, what do you mean you can't? Why would you want to pay me $500 to talk to me? Am I an attorney? I'm a licensed financial pro. But I'm saying to you, I'll do it for free. A 15-minute consultation. Then we could schedule another appointment, show you some stuff, create some figures, some illustrations, work it out. We can have a follow-up appointment for about half an hour to an hour. Let me tell you all something. People spend time when you go get your hair done, your nails done, your feet done. It don't take no half an hour. Sometimes you have to wait, right? It could take hours. So your financial future is not worth an hour of your time. Where are your priorities? It's kind of like your family. You say you love your family, but you don't spend any time with them. Like I remember back in the day, man, I always used to like go out and hang out. I don't go out and hang out no more. I'm always home. Now, it doesn't mean I can't go out and do something. It's the same concept I'm trying to share with you for your future. You have to plan. And if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And you need to learn different strategies than what you currently know. You don't know everything. Some of my best clients are strangers. Actually, not some. My best clients are people who were not friends before. There are people who are friends before my clients as well, family as well. I love them dearly. But my best clients are people that I never knew. But they trust me explicitly. You know why? Because I showed them how it benefits them. I'm not the one benefiting. Yeah, my agencies my companies that I appointed with will pay me, but I want to see everyone have a great future. Only your current self today, especially if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, even 60s, early 60s, only your current self can take care of your future self. Because your 55-year-old self can't take care of your 55-year-old self. Your 25 and 35 and 45-year-old self had to plan. That's why you all ever go to a Walmart and you see a lot of seniors at the door, welcome to Walmart. You think they're there because they want to welcome you to Walmart? No, they're there to supplement their income because they didn't know better. I'm not mad at them. But some of you, I'm trying to teach you that shouldn't be you. I'm going to teach you strategies that teaches you to pay yourself first every week or every 2 weeks or every month. When you do that, you will benefit in the long run because you're not planning for today. Today is when you go on vacations, restaurants. I see people, and people complain they don't have no money. They're lying. I see people going to Jamaica almost every week, every month, Dubai, Europe, Hawaii, going to here and there, the Caribbean. I'm like, you're balling in money. Now, I'm not counting your money, nor am I counting your trips, but I see it. And my only hope is that you've protected your future. Because I get a lot of calls, a lot of texts about GoFundMes. and about this person did this person do that. I pray that each and every one of you who watch Tuesdays with Terrence, you know, put some of these strategies in place. I talk about income protection, debt elimination, and legacy creation. Now I'm talking about tax-free retirement. There is a way you can do it, especially if you have monies in the bank. You got 100 grand in the bank, 200 grand, 300 grand, or you have a 401k, 50 grand, 100 grand, 200 grand, 300, 400, 500. Let me show you how you can make that into a guaranteed lifetime income tax-free. I can show you. Do you want to see it? You all see my number. You know how to DM me. You know how to get in touch with me. Tell me you want to learn more. And I'd be happy to show you. I'll be happy. It would give me great joy to show you how to do it. And some people don't want to listen, and that's their right. I can't force them to. I can't force people to do it. I can't. It's their right. But I don't feel bad when you don't plan. I just don't. I just don't. I just don't. I just don't. So tonight, as we get close to the end of Tuesdays with Terrence, if you have a 401k, a 43B, a 457, or TSP from a former employee that's just sitting there, contact me ASAP and let me show you how to do this. If you're over 59 and a half and you work for a private company or the government or a municipality or a government agency, a state or something like that, let me show you. I can show you. But you got to want to learn. I can show you. Now, it may not be for everybody. Not everybody planned. Not everybody was wise like you. I applaud you guys. All of you guys who've done some planning, whether you had a 401k, 43B, 457 TSP, or you have bank accounts, or you own properties, or you do all the stuff that you do. I applaud you for that. I'm proud of you. Some of you have a side gig where you're making some good income. Some of you are monetizing social media. What are you doing with that money? I'm not telling you not to go on vacations and trips. Enjoy yourself. You work hard. But pay yourself today for a rainy day in the future, and you can access it tax-free. It's not rocket science, man. You can do it. I have great confidence in each and every one of you who wants to learn some of these concepts. But they're not traditional concepts. No one told you about it. No one told you about income protection too. Protect your income with living benefits. No one's telling you how to get out of debt in 9 years or less of your 30-year mortgage. Oh, I'm paying double. I'm paying, an extra mortgage every year. Don't do that. I don't recommend that. There's an alternative. Because when you do that, you're cheating yourself because you're not paying yourself. You're paying the lender. You are your most, do you know what's your most valuable asset? Not your mortgage, not your bank accounts, not your 401k, not your home, not any of those things. Your most valuable asset is your ability to earn an income. Because if you cannot earn an income, you can't afford any of those things. And if you don't have an income, you'd have to use your savings and you deplete it, right? So learn the traditional and non-traditional concepts. I'm the non-traditional guy. I'm also the safe money guy because mine have guarantees. Your 401k has no guarantee. I just looked at the stock market. Let's look at it right now. Today, The Dow Jones was down 61.90, not bad. The NASDAQ was down 137.03. I know a friend of mine right now, I know they probably lost over $2,000 in their 401k. It's a book loss. True. But why should you be taking those risks when there's alternative ways when you don't have to? You can take risk on lower amounts, but protect what you have. And that's what I do. I educate, I teach. So if you want to learn how to do a tax-free retirement, you need to contact me and I can show you. We'll plan it. We'll do it step by step. And again, people think if they, it's like when you go to see your doctor, you got to pay them because you're going for an appointment. With me, you're learning concepts and you're seeing, will that work for me? And you're like, okay, yeah, that's going to work for me, so I'm going to do it. So I'm going to put in the chat, I'm going to say contact me. Contact me ASAP. Oh, did I spell contact wrong? Contact me ASAP. You know. And I'm going to post it. You know, you can do it. I'm willing to show you. I'm willing to tell you. And I'm willing to explain it to you. But you have to want to know. We don't force anybody to do anything. The choice is yours. You have the gift of choice. Just like you have the gift of choice of selecting your bank, selecting your job, selecting your career, selecting a college or university or school for your kids to go to, is the same thing with your future. You get to control that. And the older you get is the shorter time you have. The earlier you start, the better it is for you. And, you know, that's what brings me joy, educating people. That's what brings me joy, educating people. So as I close tonight, as I close my Tuesdays with Terrence, a tax-free retirement is possible for anyone who has monies in 401ks, 403bs, 457 TSPs, and he's just sitting there from an old job, or you have 100 grand in the bank, 200 grand earning 0.25, or it may be in a CD, or it may be in a mutual fund. Let me show you how to capitalize that on a tax-free basis. And when you do, one day you'll say to me, wow, thank you. Even when I'm dead and gone, you'll be like, yep. I have a client in Philly. She's about 75 years old. The guy who helped her decades ago, she still talks about him. The guy's dead, he's deceased. But he helped her decades ago. And every now and then she calls me. I'm just calling to see if you're still around, Mr. Terrence. Don't leave me. Don't go anywhere. I said, baby, I ain't going nowhere. That lady can sell her house and get all her accounts in a few days, have over $1 million cash liquid like that. But she planned years ago, not with me, but she did some planning with me as well because she was always a planner. And like people who are savers, they will always be savers, no matter what. So tonight, as you go to bed, think about two things. One is, what does the future hold for me? And two, I need to contact Mr. H. Terrence Bardui to find out how he can help me. With that being said, the show is called Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is H. Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. And some people call me Little Boy. If you're from the 767, Whitey Kubuli, tall is her body, the Commonwealth of Dominica, you call me Luku Boy because I'm from La Puente. Dominica made me. Boston raised me. Now the South sustains me. I can help you with the tax-free retirement. DM me, call me, do something me, and I'll be able to help you. So tonight, thank you for listening. For those of you who watch live, some of you will probably watch this on a recording or on demand. Thank you. but God bless you. Peace. Here we go. I'm going to play my theme song and I'll strum along. Good night, everybody. Yeah. Dominica made me. That's where it all began. Island breeze, coconut trees, the heart of my plan. From the hills and the smiles to the songs of the sea, that island spirit molded the person I'd be. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. On those snowy streets, learn to stand tall, navigating life, every rise, every fall. From the commons to the brownstones, I made my claim. With every lesson learned, I embraced my name. Boston raised me with hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. Now the South sustains me with its warm embrace, a community of strength and love in every space. From the bayous to the beaches, I've found my place. In this journey of finance, I've learned to chase grace. Dominica made me, Boston raised me high. The South sustains my soul as I reach for the sky. With every sunrise, I'm thankful and free. A licensed financial pro, just being me. So here's to the roots that shaped who I am. From Dominica's beauty to Boston's Grand Slam. In the South I stand strong with purpose and pride. Together with my journey, side by side. Good night, everybody. God bless you. Dominica made me. Boston raised me. The South sustains me. I'm a licensed financial pro. I'm ready for the fray. Peace. Good night. God bless you. You know how to get in touch with me. I'm out. Hasta la vista, babies. Boom.